interview starts. How have relationships between the races changed since you were my age?
Well, I think the relations between races and countries in Europe changed quite a lot for the better. For example, between France and Germany and the Turkish guest workers, Germany and Israel and Jews. On the other hand, relations have also deteriorated between Christians and Muslims from the more recent immigration waves.
Can you give me an example of something you experienced that would never happen today?
On the contrary, I can give you an example which happened to us last year and which I did not experience in my youth. Young Turkish couples on vacation in Turkey speaking German among themselves and treating us tourists in a very friendly way in Istanbul. Maybe you remember.
When you were a child, did racists exist in Germany?
I think racism existed and still exists today, although in a much more limited way. It has been and is a lot less strong than in the US. Germans after World War II, like my mom, your Oma, who were saved by the Americans, welcomed all American soldiers, regardless of their color and skin. They were their saviors. On the other hand, the situation with Italian and Turkish guest workers has been quite different and with more conflicts.
How did you feel about that?
Well, with regard to the Americans, I thought it was great, and therefore have had a very positive attitude towards them. Also, as my parents encouraged peace in the world and among peoples, and often volunteered as host families, I grew up with a lot of contact with foreigners, which stimulated, I think, my tolerance and interest. I always liked people different from me.
Dad is French. How did Oma and Opa, your parents, my grandparents, react when you presented your French fiancé?
Well, I think they reacted well. It was not an issue. As refugees from Eastern Germany, they were very tolerant, as I had already explained above.
Were you nervous when telling them about him?
No. I was sure they would react well.
How did father's parents react?
They also reacted well. Papa's dad speaks German. They lived in Germany. His father learned German as a prisoner of the First World War in Germany, but took advantage of this, learning German, and instead of hating Germany and Germans.
Were you and Papa nervous?
No. We were quite sure that everybody would react well.
At your wedding, among the best men and bridesmaids, you had one colored best man and one colored bridesmaid. Why?
Yes. We chose our friends Bernard and Miriam since they had been true friends since the start of our relationship in New York in 1987. So that it was quite normal we would choose them.
Mm-hmm. Did people comment on this? And if so, what did they say?
I actually do not remember people commenting on it. At our wedding there were so many different people. From the family, some French, some German, university or professional colleagues, students, and many others. So, also, we had a reputation of being open people with friends from different backgrounds until today. So, I don't think anybody really noticed all these different people there.